We mentioned it in our review. Like I've seen on Netflix that thumbnail of like Mark looking down in the outside light or whatever.
Mhm.
How much of a like you mentioned earlier, going to like VHS stores, like me and Brian have talked about this a lot. Like going to a VHS, like a video store, and like just the cover will make you want to buy, like, rent a movie. How much do you think that thumbnail has affected like people wanting to watch Creep? Because like Mark is just staring at you like
Yeah,
when you click on Netflix every time. It's like, you better watch my movie, and like, all
yeah.
right, I will.
Well, I mean, it's funny because like I remember the night we were shooting that scene, and that's sort of that thumbnail is from the scene in the movie where things really do. I mean, it becomes night. We go from day to night, but also things shift to a darker tone at that point, and things start to feel more ominous. And I remember him walking up the stairs of this cabin and then turning and looking at me and me being like, okay, stop. Because I could just see his silhouette behind the porch light there, you know? And so, yeah, I think like being really proud of like coming up with that image on the spot in the midst of how we were shooting it was really exciting. And then also having to, you know, when you're releasing your movie, you're, you know, and no one's seen it, coming up with that first still is so crucial because you just, you know,
Yes.
like a lot of times it's just like a still of the actor in the movie and you're like, okay, that's what that is. But like coming up with a still that actually had a sense of mystery to it, I think was really fun and exciting for me. And I think really important when it came to, um, getting people to like wonder what the fuck they were looking at, you know, and the fact that it ended up on the cover, or you know, on the poster was such a treat. And then, you know, wanting to play with it a little bit more with the second movie, we didn't really shoot a version of that for Creep Tapes that made sense. I'm happy with what Shutter ended up coming up with this sort of like pixelated multi version of Mark's face from all these different shots in the movie. Because we know it's him and we know what's up now. I mean, that's part of it too, is that like the first movie, the conceit was, is this guy a killer or not? That gets revealed at the end. People know what they're getting into by Creep 2, and so we're allowed to see a little bit more of his face, you know. And then Creep Tapes were just like full on. Uh, you know what you're in for, you know.
Right.
Yeah.